Welcome hunters once again to Monster Field Guide, the show where I catalog the monsters in Monster Hunter World. Today we're traveling to the desert in search of the large armored tyrant, Diablos. This monster is our first look into a monster from the old world, making its first appearance all the way back in the first Monster Hunter game back in 2003. This makes it an OG monster, which also means it's one of the simplest, but there's still plenty to learn from it. First, while it is classified as a flying wyvern, it can't fly. The best it can do is pop out of the ground, propelling itself with its wings, but we're not there yet. It boasts a massive armored body, from its club-like tail, plate-like scales, and its most defining feature, its large facial crest and pair of horns. So defining in fact that it's in the name. First is the Greek prefix di, meaning two. Next is Diablo, the Spanish word for devil. Basically, its name pretty much just means two-horned devil. And what might it do with these massive horns? If you guess stomp everything into the ground, you'd be right. Diablos are highly territorial, attacking just about anything that approaches on its turf. From hunters, to barrel, to other Diablos. Hell, even its own mate isn't safe. When female Diablos become pregnant, their scales turn black as a warning sign to literally every being to stay away, including the father of their children, driving away anything to protect itself and its children. While Diablos is too heavy to fly, that doesn't mean it doesn't have some extraordinary movement. For you see, while it may seem too bulky, Diablos' body plan is perfect for burrowing underground and launching itself towards opponents at high speed. Diablos will first dig into the sand with its small hands found on its wings and use that massive horns to push away any earth and stone in rapidly approaching anything it deems a threat. Wait, where did it go? Diablos is able to know exactly where its target is due to its increased sense of hearing. Once it's underground, it relies on the most likely panicked or enraged stomping or roaring of its foe to burrow right under them and strike them with their horns, often trying to finish off their opponent in one go. Diablos is very clearly visually inspired by dinosaurs, with the crest and horns ripped straight from a Triceratops on steroids to the armor plating and tail from a demonic Ankylosaurus. Much like the dinosaurs of Earth once did, Diablos rules the Wildspire Waste, an arid region with a desert and swampy lowlands. Now dear viewer, with its massive size, aggression, and ginormous fangs, what do you think Diablos eats? That's right, it's cactus. Yeah, much like those dinosaurs I just mentioned, Diablos is an herbivore, and those fangs? It's for piercing the thick skin of the cactus, ripping it apart, and eating the flesh inside. Carrier ants are small insects that also partake in the delicious plant, and would absolutely decimate Diablos' supply if it weren't for everyone's favorite boy, Barroth. This insectivore's bony crown can smash through the large spire colonies that the ants create and eat them, controlling the population size and keeping Diablos' food safe. Lastly, Diablos was brought to Monster Hunter World because they wanted to show a monster that sits on the absolute top of the food chain. And while they could have made a new monster, Diablos was just so iconic that they couldn't pass up the opportunity to give him an HD makeover. Speaking of iconic monsters, that's all we have for this expedition. Join me next week as we cover the Pikachu of Monster Hunter World and King of the Skies, Rathalos.